Now to college football and the official introduction at the University of Houston today of Willie Fritz as their new head football coach. He had arguably the most success at Tulane of any past head football coach, taking them to 5 bowl games, winning 4 of them. And the past 2 seasons, he won 24 games. Today, he thanked the Green Wave for helping him get his first job at a Power 5 school.
And then I want to thank the great people at Tulane, the players, President Fitz. They're all just awesome. It was a tough rebuild, but our players did something that people thought was never going to be accomplished at Tulane. So I want to thank all these different people that allowed me to be standing here in front of you with the job that I've always wanted, to be the head coach here at the University of Houston.
And happy